Hey guys, welcome to Fat Quarter Shop FlossTube. Today is March 11th, 2020. We just got back from Nashville Needlework Market, so this live stream is going to be a little bit different. We're going to start the show off with our Prim Village stitch along, and then we're going to go into some new Priscilla and Chelsea items, and then we're going to show everything from Nashville Needlework Market that we bought. Everything we bought is online. And so today we're not going to show whips, finishes, all that. I do have 2 finishes, which is awesome, but we're just going to like skip over that and have more for next week. So I was going to talk about Prim Village a little bit. It is this wonderful design by Lori Holt. And in the design, you get this cute little enamel pin, and you get the chart for both the large and the small. And to stitch it, I'm using my Prim AuriFloss box, and I'm going to show you where I'm at. So I did the border for last week. That was what so all you're supposed to have done right now is the border. I just wanted to get ahead, and so I did the outline for block 1, so I can kind of show you what I'll do, and then I'm going to talk more about kind of what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. Definitely don't feel like you're behind if you haven't done all of this. I'm kind of just, I don't know, I kind of think of it as like painting a masterpiece. I'm just painting it, but not in order, and trying to get ahead and stuff. So this is mine, and I stitched mine on overcast. This one right here that I stitched also, this is oatmeal. This is what the pattern calls for. It is out of stock and will be in stock in approximately 2 to 3 weeks. But this piece, this 25 count, is super similar, and this is Prim 25 count Lugana, and this is Cheryl's piece, and her stitching makes me jealous because you see how hers is so flat, and look at mine. Mine is like a wrinkled mess. Oh. So but hers is so pretty, so you can kind of see the difference in the color. So if you're wanting something very primitive, this Prim color is great. And this makes it a tiny bit more modern with the overcast. So super cute. So I'm just going to do some stitching today, guys, and we're going to try something totally different. We're trying an upper camera. We did it a little bit yesterday. We're still working out the kinks. So there are going to be some, like, I'm sure issues, but we're trying to get better camera angles. So I'm going to go ahead and set up. We'll start the upper camera, and then I'll kind of talk through a couple of things. So one thing that I'm doing with my AuriFloss is, if I'm working on the current color, which this is the window color, I just leave it loose in my box. If I have leftover color, I wrap it back on the spool. And it's really nice because you don't have to bobbinate or do anything. It's just all ready to go. So that's kind of how I'm keeping my floss. And my goal on this is, Mania is coming up, and Mania is in May, where you stitch a different project every day. And you know, that is a time that it's really inspiring because you get to start a lot of new things, but then you get really behind. So one of my goals is I'm going to try to do all the chimneys and doors. So that is done. And then I'm going to try to do all of my windows. There's a window here and some windows here. Do all the windows. And then I'll start doing all the roofs. But in between that, I'll be building houses. And that way, when Mania comes, I'm actually able to keep up because I'm worried I won't be able to. So I did hope before we started that I would have all my doors and chimneys done, but it's a lot of start and stop, and I have a life. So there's that. So I'm going to kind of show you how I stitch in hand. The first thing I do is, you know, when this has been sitting a while, my threads are going to get a little tangled. So I will unthread, and I put my needle in between the threads and just separate them, and that's going to get all my wrinkles out. And then I'm going to thread, and I'm going to try to actually stitch without my light for a little bit, but I know that I'm not going to be able to for very long. So this is the way I stitch in hand. I literally just put it in my hand, and since I have a lot of bulk right here, this will make it go faster if I roll it. I usually pin it at the top, and when I'm pinning, I try not to pin, well, I actually don't pin on my stitches at all, just because I don't want to. And then here, I'll probably roll it up and pin it over here so that there's no stitches, and that just gets the bulk out of the way. And so I'm going to try to stitch without my light, just so that you can see it in real life, but just so you know, I'm sure I'm going to mess up because I cannot see. So on my stitches that you're going back across the top stitch, I always railroad, and so when you railroad, you put your needle in between the stitches, in between your threads. You go in, and then you go in, and that's going to give you a really nice flat stitch. And I'm going to try to, so I go through my threads, go through, and then it's really good if you can stay on the top without putting your hand below, because it will save time and you can go pretty fast. So this is 25 count Lugana, and so when you're working with 25 or 28 count, you're stitching over 2. Whereas if you're stitching on Aida, you can just stitch over 1 square. And this would look great on Aida also. So don't ever feel like, I mean, I love Aida, so stitch on whatever, whatever you like.
Looks good. Lots of people are saying they really like the camera angle.
Yay! I'm glad we tested it yesterday because...
Me too. It was good.
It kind of got me prepared. And so I'm going really slow here, guys. When I'm stitching at home, I can stitch really fast, but I stitch with the light. And we're going to add some lights to this camera because I know that some of you guys said it was dark yesterday, but we have to have time to do that. So that will be done soon.
Yeah. Lights are also a little expensive.
A little.
A lot. They're very expensive.
Yeah.
We did, I asked for a weather report from people when we were starting the live stream. So it is foggy here today at the shop in Buda. It looks like it's also foggy in Alabama, according to Woolly Girl. Garylyn Birchwell said sunny from Centerville, Ohio. Wherever Rob Hayden is, it is 65 and overcast. Shay Hudson says it's sunny in Atlanta, finally. Cynthia Wilson says it's overcast here in Georgia with more rain on its way. Christine Parvad says it's raining in France.
Ooh.
Wow. Can't believe you guys are watching us from France. And then...
I wonder what time it is. It's like the middle of the night, I think.
Yeah, let us know what time it is in France right now. Angela Stoudinger said sun is shining but chilly in Baldwinsville, New York.
I'm excited that it's going to be like warming up because I don't mind the heat.
Me too.
I don't like all that cold.
Yeah, I'm ready for the summer. Not ready for 100 degrees though.
So when I'm stitching, I do usually go from the top to the bottom. It's easier. So like when I stitch my chimneys and my windows, I'll start at the top and go down. I like that. And hopefully I'm not getting out of, I'll do one more row. So I'm kind of keeping my finger back here, like that. And I'm using the Pat Carson 26 needles. And they're dull, so they don't poke me. So yeah, this is all I do. So let me know if you have any questions on the stitches. If not, we'll just talk about the weather.
Yeah. Garylyn Birchwell was asking if Cheryl uses a hoop.
So she uses a spring tension hoop. Oh. And if you just look on our site, spring tension hoop, that's what she uses.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, feel free to get those questions in, you guys. But I love talking about the weather because I think it's fascinating. Let's see. Carol Lewis said it's raining in Phoenix, Arizona, which Anne-Marie Makowski also says it's pouring in Arizona. Must be monsoon season. And Carol E. Hall says cloudy with a chance of pollen in East Texas. I feel like that's like Texas year-round, like this weather with a chance of like pollen everywhere. Margaret Williams says good morning.
Pollen?
Pollen?
I was like,
Pollen.
that's pollen.
Sorry, guys.
It sounded like
Pollen.
she said pollen. I was like, what, the country?
Yes. Did you not know they're coming here? No. Sorry.
I was like, I don't get it.
It's one of those words that I've always read and never actually heard out
Pollen.
loud.
It's pollen.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, Lily, that is so freaking
That happens to me a lot.
hilarious. Oops, I said a bad word. I didn't mean to. Okay, so there's my row. So I'll probably just finish it off, and then I'm going to show you how I show you my light. So now when I finish, I mean, I'm not really done, but so I'll just kind of put it up here, my needle. And you can see my zigzag stitch. It is a hot mess. I did that standing up at my sewing machine, so that's why it's a mess. So when I'm done, I literally just roll it up and do this and throw it in my bag. But let me know if you have any questions on anything. But again, I'm going to do my chimneys, my doors, and then I'm going to do all my windows, and then I'm going to outline. And so if you do, you know, you finish this window and your other 4 windows, then what you do, because I outlined, you can just come back in and you just fill it in and you don't have to think. So like tonight, for example, my son has a Spurs baseball game, and so I'm going to need something to do there. And so that is what I would be doing, is filling in this. And I'm going to show you my light also. So that's how I'll put it in my bag, kind of just like this. And this is the light I use. It is called Halo Go, and it looks like this. And it's a magnifier, so it's hard to see with that light, but it goes up and down, and this goes up and down, and I just usually have a lap desk. So don't think that I'm beyond, I take a lap desk with me. This at a baseball game, like at dance this weekend, I had my lap desk, I had this, I had all my stuff. I had 2 chairs where I was stitching, and one of the dance teachers saw me and she just like burst out laughing. And I was like, girl, you can laugh at me, I don't care. I gotta get stuff done. I'm good. I don't care if I get laughed at. So that is how I stitch. So I'm gonna kind of put this away. I'll just put it on the floor. And then I want to show you some pop-ups of some of the people who are bloggers and who are stitching along with Prim Village. So we have got the Hot Mess Princess. Oh my gosh, picture. That's so funny. And she says, Fat Quarter Shop is the only thing helping me cope with daylight savings time. I think I'm finally, I think today I finally feel like back to like normal.
Me too.
And then Jamie X Stitch. That's super cute. So she's got that in our Gingham on the Go bags, and that is Little Stitch Girl's mom. And they have a YouTube channel. Oh, this is the daughter, Jordan. So she is starting, and I thought she was so, when I saw this on Instagram, I thought she was so brave to do the entire border with nothing in between, because I would never trust myself to get that right. There would be about a 0% chance that mine would come out right. And then we've got Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World. Oh, I like how she's doing hers. Super cute. And then Colligan Suzanne. Okay, so she is a customer, and so she's using DMC. She's bobbinating. She's putting all her threads on her bobbin, and then she's doing her own colors.
I love the word bobbinating. I've never heard it until today.
Oh, I was like, why is she?
That's why I'm smiling, because it's just amazing.
Yeah, so like bobbinating just means putting the floss on a bobbin.
Bobbinate. Hashtag bobbinating.
And then P. Marston, I think her name is Pam. She's been a customer forever. So she's got the border stitched and everything matched up. So that's awesome. I actually didn't have any trouble with the border, which I was thinking I would. So I'm just hoping that when I get to that bottom row that I didn't make a mistake. And then Lori Griffin 68, she picked, I'm not sure if she's using our DMC colors or picked her own, but that's super cute. And Deborah Taylor, she used to work for us. I got to see her at QuiltCon, and she is stitching. And oh, she's using, so when she does her floss, she's got them in the floss away bags. So you can get those at our site, or I think they sell them at Joann's, and you can just like throw your DMC or Classic Colorworks in there, and and then you put it on a ring, and some people do that so your floss doesn't get dirty. And then Tamara Oster, super cute. She's got her border ready to go. Oh, and she's using the Halo Go too. So then, and we've got Terra demoling. I've decided to use what I've got in my stash, and so much due to my love of fat quarter clubs that I have 3 linen fabrics to choose from, and I'll be using Classic Colorworks. Which color do you like best? So I like the one on the right, the brown, the darkest one. That's the one I like the best. I think the one on the left is a little too yellow. I think the one in the center would also work. And then Connie Dunn. Okay, so you see her indentation. That is the spring hoop tension. Spring tension hoop. And so that is what Cheryl uses. And it'll just leave that little mark, which is, you see it comes right out because you saw her work. And then the red thimble. I think this picture is really cute. So what she did is she did the border, and then she put her little threads in the little square so you could see, how it looks. And she's using the Cloud 25 count, and we have had a lot of questions about would that work. So you can see how it looks. Cloud is Lori's 25 count, and that's going to look really good. And, she's testing it out by putting her threads on there. And then stitching with the Sisterlies, she is, they have a cute little FlossTube, and it's 2 sisters, and they crack me up. So she's doing the small one, and the small one is the one right here. She's doing the small one. Super cute. And then AMES Walzer, super cute. And Pinker Pumpkin Quilting. Oh, there's a cute name. I think that's that's a cute name. And then Jeannie Monroe, she's ready to go too. Everybody's ready. And there we go. And so our winner, we will contact you to let you know if you are our winner this week. Mm-hmm. So let me know if you guys have any questions on Prim Village or anything.
Yes, we had some questions come in right now. Angela Stoudinger was asking, can Kimberly explain how to put floss on the teardrops? We can do that in a later live stream maybe.
Yeah. And I will do that as part of my FlossTube floss organization that we're going to film at my house, and I actually already got those at my house, so I can show that. I'm going to show different ways to bobbinate, different things, and the video is going to really be just about what I do, and then like some alternatives. It's going to be so epic. So we're going to film it not next week, but the week after.
All right. And Scarlett Dell says, my Ada is never that soft to stitch in hand. Do you have any advice for that?
Oh, I think it loosens up over time. Okay. It'll loosen up. And I mean, if you kind of curl it under, which is what I do, it kind of loosens it up. I would just jiggle it around. I think I stitch in hand in Ada all the time. So.
Yeah. And I've seen several people ask about the little quilts we have on the table. Those are blocks from the quilting side that are from our classic and vintage maple leaf pattern, and it's a free block pattern.
So if you go on our website and you search maple leaf, it's a free pattern. You can download it. Mm-hmm. And I just put I cut 2-inch sashing to put in between.
Okay. And then House of Stitch and Stash was wondering if you will be showing market releases from Nashville today.
Yep, we're going to do it in a second.
Okay. Melanie Call had said, I do the same at my son's track meets, with your story of the dance mom.
Oh yeah, I don't even I was stitching in the lobby, and I think the dance teacher, they don't really know me because I'm pretty quiet and keep to myself, and so I was just stitching in the lobby waiting for Emma's lunch, and I think the dance, and she's the director and then the owner, I think they were like, what is she doing over there? I think they think I'm weird. And I don't even, two of the moms asked me to go to the movies, and I was like, oh, thanks, no, and they're like, what are you gonna do all day? I was like, I'm gonna stitch, and they just kind of look at me like I'm crazy, and that's okay. I'm okay with that.
And we do have the winner here. We can pop her up.
Okay,
if
perfect.
You want to see the winner. It was our last shout out here,
Jeannie Monroe, yay! So we'll contact you with your prize.
Ooh, go Jeannie. Okay. And Rebecca Sewing was asking what size is a large gingham bag on the Go large. We did answer her the size, but do we have it to show?
I have it downstairs in my bucket. I have the medium one up here, but we can go grab the large one. It's in my bucket.
Okay.
I have it all. I have Mania. Yesterday, y'all, I got my Mania ready. So everything is kitted. I'm only short 2 threads. So I'm super excited, and I'm going to do Mania a little bit different. But I'm excited. My bucket is ready to go.
Yay. And Kimberly Clark Johnson said, angle helps so much. Yes, a little more light for us would be nice.
Yeah, we can buy the lights today, Lily.
Okay, that sounds good to me. And Anne-Marie Mikowski was asking if we could do a video on serging the edges to help the sides from fraying.
I just put my sewing machine on a zigzag stitch, and then I lengthen the length and the width, and I just go right on the edge. If that doesn't work, you can use like painter's tape on the edge. And sometimes, like Ada, sometimes I don't put anything on there. So I actually started the new spring tulips last night. That's a brand new Priscilla and Chelsea design that came out in the Punch Needle magazine. I'm going to show it to you next. I didn't serge the edges on those, and I'm probably not going to serge the edges because it's a small enough piece, and I don't think it's going to fray. It's Ada. So here are the bags. So the size is 4 by 13 by 15, and so it's pretty big. And what I like when I put these in my bucket for Mania, which I'll show like in April, is it stays flat, but then when you go to work on it, it sits up all on its own. And so the size I use the most is the pink. But I did use all 3 sizes in Mania. So I'm going to use the blue for Kringles, which I'm going to show in a second. And then my really small ones will go in here. So it kind of depends on the pattern size. So if the pattern is like a small pattern and I have a small piece of cloth, I'll put it in here. So I actually have this all ready to go. I don't want to show that yet because we have so much other stuff to show today, but I am excited that I got Mania ready to go. A funny story is I was in a Mania yesterday, and I had 2 cloths on my desk, and I was trying to cut down one for Priscilla and Chelsea's brand new chart, and then I was trying to cut one down for 3 of my Manias. So I calculated the math because these 3 patterns, I'm going to use the same floss so that I don't have to buy as much because I can use that one cloth for 3 patterns. So I calculated it, drew exactly what I needed to cut so I wouldn't have any waste. I cut the wrong color. And then I was like, wait a minute. And then I was lucky because one of the sizes I needed for Priscilla and Chelsea's brand new design, I had cut the exact size. So I didn't waste anything. But I mean, yeah, I was like, oh my goodness, I hope I didn't lose anything. So.
All right. And Carolyn Birchall is asking, is 25 count like 12.5 Ada?
Yes.
All right. Marsha Freeman said, Kimberly's hair looks so cute. Yes, it
Oh,
does.
thanks. I was a little bit like, I need to do something with myself today.
Jean Venecia says, question on Q-snaps. Is there a trick to removing them from your project?
Okay, so with those, I would, the snap, the Q-snap, yeah, the Q-snap that goes on top, I would pull it towards you so that it's not tight, so that your like fabric is loose over here. Pull it towards you, and then just from the bottom, pop it out. And you can just pull the fabric, but getting your fabric a little bit loose before you pop it off is easier. And it loosens up over time. It's kind of like a door where you open and shut it a million times. It kind of just gets, what do you call that? Muscle memory.
Muscle memory.
Yeah. Q-snap has muscle memory. Did you know that?
Oh.
I just made that up.
Cynthia Wilson says, I just got the Snow Village. Yes, I'm slow to get started. I'm going to do it all in one piece. How much room should I allow on the top and side before I start stitching?
So I would start 2 inches. I usually give 2 inches all the way around. On that, just go to Country Cottage Needlework's website and click on the Snow Village page, and it's going to show you how she has it laid out. So the center is the really big banner. So she has that in the center. So you'll just have to keep that in mind. And then all of the ones that go around are the exact same size. And she shows you her placement. So most people have been doing it in her placement. Of course, you could change it up. And she did show on Instagram yesterday her next release. So if you guys are in the club and want to see kind of what's coming next, she showed that picture yesterday. I don't remember what it's called, but it's cute. It's kind of like a beige house.
All right. Mary Keenan says, do you use a magnetic board to follow your chart for stitching?
No, I just put it on, I don't know. So I'm going to show you something super exciting. So yesterday we got this brand new magazine called Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. So it is Priscilla and Chelsea's first chart as a team. And here it is with the little chickens. And I started it last night. And so to make it easy, we have a spring tulips thread pack. And I did see some questions on Facebook this morning asking if the magazine lists DMC colors, and it does list the DMC colors. And so that's the magazine. And then what they stitched on is this, they actually stitched on this Wichell Jobelin black 28 count. I'm stitching mine on 14 count Ada chalkboard black, which is a lighter, it won't be as dark. So we've got all three things. Super, super, super happy for them. And the magazine is really nice. I subscribe to a lot of cross stitch magazines. And when I started going through this, I was like, oh, this is really nice. It's got really good charts and articles, and I love it. And I think that next week, oh, not next week. So next week, we're not gonna have a live stream. I'm gonna tell you, we are gonna have a video though that's gonna be super exciting. We'll talk about it later, but I'm gonna finish this by next week because it's super easy. And I really like how the charts are done in the magazine. So do y'all have any questions on Priscilla and Chelsea's brand new design? It's called Spring Tulips.
No questions yet. We do have a comment from Goose Design saying she puts her Goose Design project bags into the large gingham bags. So those fit in there.
Oh, awesome.
I wonder how many you can fit in there.
Probably like 10.
Oh, Priscilla and Chelsea say, woohoo! Thanks so much for stitching it.
Yay! Yeah, I'm excited. I have like the green. I started at the bottom.
All right. Also, we have a lot of people saying they love the Stitch Quarterly. Can't wait for the next one.
Yay! So the Stitch Quarterly is our brand new cross stitch club. If you sign up today and you want the past one, which just shipped out, you have to put a note in bold or call customer service. If not, you're just going to start with June. We have 96 left, and we're going to have the reveal on March 16th so that you can see everything that's in there. And after that date, we're going to put kits online. It's going to be like $5 or $10. I think it's going to be $10 more than what the club shipped for. So if you want just that one, you can get it, but it's going to be much more expensive. And there's only 96 left. So like a couple days ago, there was much more left than that.
All right. Kimberly Clark Johnson says, hey, where can we get the magazine Kimberly's discussing?
At Fat Quarter Shop.
Fat Quarter Shop.
Everything I show you can find at Fat Quarter Shop.
And Lisa Norton was asking if you can subscribe to the magazine.
You can, and you can do that on their website. I don't know it's called, here, I'll tell you the website. pnpsmagazine.com. And from what I remember, Priscilla and Chelsea are going to have charts in several of the issues.
All right. And Monica Aparicio 2019 says, are the charts in the magazine in color?
I should know because I stitched last night, but I don't. Priscilla's is. Some of them are, some of them are not, but Priscilla and Chelsea's are.
All right. Okay. Yeah, a few people were wondering if it was in color. And then Lori Holt said, I love that those bags have the gusset at the bottom. You can put so much inside.
Yes.
That's what helps give it more space. And Stitch Time Pittsburgh said, pretty sure we need to meet the videographer newbie here.
Oh, she'll come out at the end.
Yeah, I'll come out at the end. Yeah, I wore my Kimberly Stitch Squat shirt today. I had a feeling.
She had a feeling. Can I have the Ada? No, that DMC, sorry.
Oh, Maria Migdalia Felguer Ramos says, does the Halo Light have a phone port?
No.
Okay.
Is that a serious question? No?
Yeah.
It has a, I don't know what that means, to be honest, but it has a, you plug this little thing in and you plug it into the wall and you charge it. But that's not a phone port, right?
Yeah, no, well, that's to charge it. I'm
Yeah, I
assuming
think
she
that's
meant
all it
like
has.
to charge your phone on it. Correct
I
me if I'm
wish.
wrong, Maria.
No, and then even at dance, I went in at like, I'm not kidding, 6:45, and I got a seat, and I made sure I was by a outlet. That's the biggest thing for me. And I had my phone charger plugged in, and I had my light plugged in. I was ready to go.
Those are the questions for now.
Yay! Okay, so we're going to move on to Nashville, and we're going to just go through everything we bought. So just a big like disclaimer, some of this has already sold out. Everything that we're showing is going to be on reorder. A lot of the designers are driving back home and won't be shipping until like a week or two from now. So if it's sold out, just click to be notified. Everything is on reorder. And then, you know, you have to understand that when we buy stuff, there's a limit. You can't just go in and buy like 100 at some places. So that's why some designers are going to sell out more than others. But I'm super excited to show you all the new stuff. So we're going to go to the upper camera. So this is a Nashville release, meaning that nobody saw it until like 3 o'clock the day of the first show. So it's Little House Needleworks Kringle's pattern. This is one complete pattern. So I was thinking it would be charted in several different. It's not. It's one chart. And what she has is you use some DMC. So I'm going to show you the DMC. So this is the fabric they call for. It is 30 count linen Parisian gray. And this is so, like, of course, Cheryl is going to stitch on this because it's she's able to. It's linen, so I can't stitch on this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a floss toss for you and show you, I'm going to show you the DMC and how the DMC looks. And you can buy the DMC separately. Everything is listed. So the DMC is one item. You have to buy it all separately. So you can see that I've already got my DMC ready. And these are my floss flowers. So if I already have something bobbinated, which is what I call this, bobbinated, putting the DMC on my floss flowers. And I do floss flowers because they're cuter, and I like everything in my sewing room to be cute because it inspires me to do more cute things. So this is the DMC. You have to buy the DMC separately. We have all of them in stock except one. So, and that has all been ordered. So this is the DMC right here. And then they offered a limited edition of these. So when this thread pack is gone, it is gone forever. They only offered it at Nashville, and we got the maximum that they would allow us to buy. So what it is called is Kringle's Classic Colorworks Thread Pack. It comes with a little picture, and it comes with all of the classic colorworks that is listed here. So I'm going to kind of just show the colors, and there's, you know, multiple skeins of some of them, so I'm not going to show. So we're kind of going to do a floss toss, so I can just show you what it's looking like, because I did this yesterday and it was fun, and so I thought y'all might like it too. So let's see, we've already got that one. So there's a couple of eggshells. I think there's like 5 black coffees in there. So those are the colors right there. And on the very bottom, this is the thing that's getting everybody asking questions. So what she does on the very last floss is a blend. She does one strand of color 422, which is this, and all Verisol size 4, number 128, size 4. So that company is completely out of stock. I don't think anybody has it. So we have it on order. They're going to manufacture it. They have not given us a date yet, but we will have it. There's no reason to not start with it without it. And to be honest, I will probably just use 2 strands of DMC because I don't really know what our Verisol is, and I think I'll be fine with just DMC. So this is the called for. So there's a pattern, a Classic Colorworks thread pack, and then you buy the DMC separately. So the one thing that I think that you have to consider with this one, because it's a bigger piece, is the stitch count is 193 by 232. So it's rather large. So if you are doing this on a 30 count, which is this Parisian gray 30 count, it would measure about 12 3/4 by 15 1/2. So we have cut this big enough for that. If you want to use a 28 count Lugana, which is an even weave, you would need a piece, well, it finishes at 14 by 16, so you need to account for that, the size, adding 4 inches around. And if you're going to use a 25 count, it finishes at 15 by 19. So one of the options you have is, I'm going to pull it out of the, yeah, I'll pull it out. This is one option. If you're wanting to use 25 count, Lori Holt's Prim. Actually, I'm going to turn it over so you can actually see the design too. This is how Lori Holt's Prim looks, and her other 25 counts are too small, but the Prim would work. So I'm going to show you how that looks with the floss. And you've got the chart right here so you can see. Oops. There we go. So this is one option. So if you're wanting to stitch on, I just want to give you guys options. Most people are buying the 30 count, but for me, I just can't stitch on it. So I want to give everybody an option. So this is Prim, and I think that's really pretty. I did want to point out that on the cover, it looks creamish in the background, but this is what the sample was used. So it definitely was stitched on this gray, even though it looks different than the cover. And then we also picked another option if you want to do Ada. So I'll put this one up here. If you want to do Ada, if you want to stitch on Ada, we picked Graceful Gray 14 count, and the fat quarter is enough. We did the math yesterday, and I think this looks great. So let me show you this.
It's the same as 28.
Oh yeah, because it's the same as 28 count, yeah. So I think this looks really good. So we picked about, I don't know, 5 or 6 from our bins and just looked at all the grays, and some of them were too blue or too purple or too yellow. So I think this looks great. So there's some options for Kringle. So again, there's the pattern. On our website, we list the DMC colors. You would just buy those separately, and you would get the Classic Colorworks thread pack. So when all of that is sold out, the thread pack, we'll decide what we're going to do next for replacing that. But this, I would say, is definitely the #1 hit from Market. So again, 30 count linen, 25 count Prim, Graceful Gray, and it will all look great. So those are your options that we put together, thinking, you know, just thinking of what we thought would look good. And then we're going to show you some other stuff. Oh, you know what? I totally forgot mine. This is what I'm stitching on.
Hey, that was one of the questions.
Denise is like, what? Okay, so sorry. This is what I'm stitching on because I'm a dingbat. This is what I'm stitching on. And this is 28 count light ash Lugana. Ooh. So this is my pick. And okay, I know we're going to sell out of it. We bought more, and we're going to cut it up, and we will have more, and we will have smaller sizes. But right now we just have 1 yard cuts, but in a week or two we will have smaller cuts. So that is my choice, and I am so sorry that I saved the best for last. Oh yeah, sorry. I don't think that. So that's my pick. So lots of different grays. There is not a gray that matches the Parisian gray that she used. We called the company to see if it was available in, you know, like a even weave or Ada, and it was not. So some other new things we have is we have a new stitch gauge, and I just wanted to show you this. This is it's so Emma item. So if y'all are curious, this is my daughter Emma, and on one side it's a ruler. So if you are, you know, traveling or something, and you're just trying to figure out, okay, I need to leave 2 inches on the side, you can do that. There's your ruler. This is also a corner guide. So what is a great thing to do is, if you're wanting to stitch, you can just put it right here and put the corner dot. Like say you want to start at 2 inches, you put the little dot in the very edge and you start 2 inches away. And that's how I start. That's how I figure out where to start. You use the corner guide. That's what that is. And then reference guide, we put different thread, different fabric counts, and then the number of strands and a recommended needle size. And then this is a cloth counter. So if you are working with something and you want to know if it's 25 count or 28 count, you can put it there and just kind of look, and if the holes meet, then that's how you know. So that's super exciting. That is our brand new item. It's been selling really good and I love it. It's very, the material's really nice, so it's not going to break. It's bendable. So that is a new item. The next new stuff is, I'm going to put this on a design board. So Weeks Dye Works came out with new floss. So I'm going to show you all the colors they came out with at market. This is called Lavender Rose, Yukon Gold, Banana Pudding, Arrowhead, Lily Pad, and I love this one, Blue Suede.
Ooh.
Super awesome. So those are the new threads from Weeks Dye Works. And then this next set is super awesome and I'm super excited about. So Diane, I can't show you the back, but what she did is she put together all 3 of her new flosses with a free pattern. So you just pay the price of the floss, but you get the pattern free. So, and it's just one pattern, but she shows it to you in all 3 colors. So Lighthouse, and so you can see that was stitched Lighthouse, Chesapeake Bay, and Mariner's Compass. So if you are someone who stitches with Classic Colorworks and you have, like some of you guys have like the complete set, you would just buy one product, makes it super easy. And we will eventually sell each one individually, but at market, this is how you could buy. You could not buy individually yet. So super excited about this, and I do like the free pattern, and I might stitch it.
Rebecca Sewing also said with the guide you can turn it and use the hole to mark where to start with like a washable marker.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
friction
That's
pen.
probably what it was meant for.
Yeah.
I just eyeball it. And then Gentle Arts also had some new colors. So this is Glass Slipper, Witching Hour, and then they have 2 limited edition colors. This one is Snapping Turtle and Sandy Beach. And so I'm not sure how long the limited edition lasts. I'm not sure if that means, you know, they're gone in 6 months, 1 year, just market. I have no idea. So if you're somebody who collects all of Gentle Arts, these are the new ones. And so I'm going to go ahead and move on to new patterns. And again, all of the patterns are available on our site. If the chart is in color, in our large description, when you click in, it will say this pattern is in color. So this is, I'm going to show you Plum Street samplers first. This is a Shepherd's Song, and all of the colors that you use for floss, stitch count, everything is on our site. Shepherd's Pie, Spring Has Sprung, Sweetheart Hill, I love this one, Noah's Christmas Ark 7. So there are previous Noah's Arks that we have also. And then this is just for Lily.
Oh.
Roo Crew.
Roo Crew.
It's little kangaroos hopping on each other.
Oh.
And then this is a collaborative project with Heartstring Samplery called Sewn in Friendship. And this is the collaborative pattern by Heartstring Samplery called Sewn in Friendship. And if you look on the back of Heartstrings pattern, she shows you how you put them together, because the 2 circles make a heart, the center, they make the circle. So you see the circle is made there. So you can make one or both. Yeah. Circle of life, right? And then this is another heartstring samplery pattern. I really like this one. I really, really like this one. It is called Berry Bowl Sampler. If I was going to make it, I would just put a different bowl here, just because I don't usually do the writing and the numbers, but they look like little, I don't know, like basket quilt blocks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then this is October House Fiber Arts. They are a brand new vendor at Needlework Market, and they have some really nice stuff. This is called Ameline Sampler. I think this one will be popular. A spinner sampler. And I think this is going to be the most popular. Wear wool.
Ooh. Aww.
Super cute. And then we have a collaborative design with hands-on design, ink, circles, and Summer House Stitchworks. It's called Needles Dance. And then we have Liberty Hill Farm from Summer House Stitchworks. And I think this is really cool. This house, I don't think I've ever seen a house with a flag. And then I love this one, Sweet William, because one of my sons is named William. I don't know, I was thinking about, like, what if I made that for him? He would kind of look at me like, I don't want flowers in my room, but I like it just because it has his name. And that was actually my dad's name. And then we have Putini, and or Puntini, and she's so cute. Okay, so there's 4 that go together. There's the 4 seasons. So spring and the little bunny with the carrot.
Puntini.
And then summer. I like the little wave. This is my favorite, autumn. And these actually come with buttons. So you can see, like this one comes with a sailboat button. And then you can see the flower, the ladybug, and that little acorn. And then I think that's a moth. So if I was going to make one, I would definitely make the autumn. And then I like the winter also. And the winter's button is really nice. It's like a little snowflake right here. So I like that it adds dimension. So those have been super, super sought after, I will say. Satsuma Street also went for her first time. This is Egg Hunt. You like it, Lily, right?
I love Satsuma Street.
I know. I was like, are these birds or chickens? I think they're parrots.
Huh.
Right there. I'm pretty sure they're parrots, but
They're like parrot chickens.
yeah, can you imagine if a parrot mated with a chicken? We would have a parrot chicken. Parrot infant.
Very colorful chickens.
I'm so funny. And then Annie B's Folk Art. This is one of my favorites. It's called Love Always. It is on my mania list if I make spots for it, meaning if I finish some of my previous year stuff. And if I do it, I think what I will do is just this little section right here. I don't, and maybe the border. I don't think I'll put Love Always because I'm not really a very sappy little girl, and I don't know. I don't like the word sometimes. This one is, oh my gosh, this one is so cute. This is Little Pink Houses. And so I love alphabets. I love to do alphabets. So I do love alphabets. I just don't like the word love and all that mushy stuff. It's not really my thing.
Yes. No cheesiness here.
Yeah, but super cute. And I don't know, I just like the dimension of it. I think it's really different. This is the frog motto, as ye sow, so shall ye rip. It's cute, right?
That's funny.
It is funny. And then Needle Bling Designs. She was the one who did the home pattern that I stitched last year for Mania. And she has a couple new ones, and then there's going to be some new ones that come out after. It's kind of going to be a series, and these are the first in the series. So this is Bloom, Hoppy Easter, Welcome Summer, Spring Chicken, Off to Market,
Turkey in the back?
it's a pumpkin.
Oh, it's a
It's
pumpkin.
a pumpkin
Sorry, it
and
looked
a
like a
crow and a
turkey from
scarecrow,
here.
and the scarecrow has like hair.
Oh.
It's cute. And then this is Stitching Makes Me Happy. And I can totally see Lori stitching this because Lori loves tomato pin cushions. So super cute.
Raw Payton agrees that they don't like words either. Very non-cheesy.
Yeah,
funny.
I'm just. Now we're going to move to Brenda Gervais with the needle and thread. So her sister is Sandy Gervais. So if you're a quilter, her sister is Sandy Gervais, if you didn't know that. Souvenirs of the Heart. This is Star Spangled Spectacular. I think this is one of the ones that might already be sold out. And her her charts are very nice. I love the color in them. This is Spring Serenade. Token of Love. Coffee First.
Yes.
This one I would love to make. It's Salt Box Quilt Sampler. So that is also on my mania list if I make room, which means if I get my butt in gear. Mainer at Quaker Hill. I did finish one mania from last year though this week. So I'm super excited about that. This one's really nice. Our Hearts. And if I stitched it, I would just take that little section out. The words. This is Baltimore Salt Box. It's amazing. Harrietta and Co. And last year her bunny face was very popular, so I'm predicting this to be very popular. And then I collect pin cushions. And so I actually really like this one. So I was reading about it and how you attach the buttons. And I actually have a jar of buttons just like this. So, and the way you can find those is if you really want vintage buttons. I bought mine with Lori in Fredericksburg, and they were like $5 for just, I mean, you can just find them at like a thrift store or antique store, or, you know, somebody who's just, you know, maybe not a sewer, their grandmother passed away, they're trying to get rid of stuff. So I thought that would be a good way to use what I already bought. These are Teresa Kogan's Bunny and Bee. And she actually used to design fabric. So if you're a quilter, you might have bought her fabric before. Oh. Santa Knows. What I love about Teresa Kogan is she has a distinctive look that is her own. And I really like when either in quilting or cross stitch, you have your own look. I think that's good. And her covers are really nice. Hope for the World. Oh. And then I really like this one. Because, okay, I'm going to tell you what I think. Merry Christmas. To me, it looks like a Santa and a gnome combined.
Yeah.
So it looks like a gnome Santa. This one's funny. Strutting. It's like Santa. He's strutting with the reindeer. Except he doesn't have a red nose. I would probably make a red nose. Magic of Christmas. I know my kids would like that. And then we actually bought some samplers. These are probably the only samplers we bought just because that's kind of not really what our customers are buying right now, but we did get a lot of requests for these. So this is Faith, Hope, Peace, Love. This is beautiful right here, the way the roses are. This one I think will be very popular. It's very Christmas. Heaven and Nature. So definitely, you know, Christmas trees, quilt stars. I wonder how many hours it would take to stitch that house. 12? A lot. Okay, this one was the most requested. Pet all the dogs. So if you don't like dogs, I guess you could just take Pet all the dogs out and take the little row of dogs. But it's a little piggies.
Oh.
And then Newcastle Boutique. No, Newcastle Bouquet. And then her book. Okay, so let me tell you about her book. I cannot open the book because it has all charts. So I can't open it because that would give away the charts. I love the charts. It's probably already sold out. She went through her first 2 printings of the book before market started. We've already ordered more, so we'll get those soon. So I'm going to show you detail of all of them, but there's like the white sheep, the black sheep. Look, the black sheep of the family's on the roof. Sorry. And then this is kind of, you know, all her blog, Facebook group, all of that. I can't open it. It's spiral bound. So these are some of the designs in there.
Eggs.
So she's got the stacked animals, the scarecrow, the eggs. And these are all new charts. So it has 15 years and 15 charts. Is this your dog? Are you looking at the dog?
Yeah, what's he saying hello to? Is it a bird?
It's a little bird with a little hat. The bird has a hat. So that is Teresa Kogut's. And Blackbird Sampler, I'm sure these are going to sell out. This is Oh Joyous Day. And this is a single chart. I'm going to show you the front and back of each of these. My Heaven Can Rest. And one thing that they do is they stitch with all of the threads. So it's like a combination of Classic Colorworks, Weeks Dye Works, General Arts, everything. We Live in Hope. And there's Home from the Sea on the back. And actually on Pet All the Dogs, it actually has a chart inside if you want to convert it to cats. So it can be Pet All the Cats if you want.
Yeah, people are saying that in the chat.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't know. Little Birds. Actually, I did know and I forgot. Little Birds. Okay, I want to know who can make a border like that. Like, I would never attempt that. I would be so scared I would go off. I would be like off count. And then this is their book. So they always have a new book. This is Sewing Club, so everything is very sewing themed. Like some pin cushions, little stitchy bags. Like this is like the lid of a sewing box. Super, super, super cute. And there's more. This is Tiny Modernist. So Bunny Kisses is a series. So like each row is like row 1 is part 1. Row 2 is part 2. Row 3 is part 3. This one's cute and this is funny. When nothing goes right, just go left.
That's funny.
Spring Signs. So she's the one who designed the Christmas signs, and I have one of the 4 finished, and that's part of my mania from last year, so I've got to get the other 3 done. This is Happy Easter, and if you watch her, she has a FlossTube. If you watch her Easter, she talks about why she picked 12 days, etc., which is kind of cute. And then this is Unicorn Tapestry.
Oh, that's so cool.
I know. I wonder what fabric that is. It's cute.
That's amazing.
And then we have Liz Matthews. I really like this one. This is Bower Birds. I think this would look really good with the Vanilla Pudding Belsois floss. Grain Sack Sampler. And then I really liked this one, Loved by You. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Because it is cross-stitched, but it looks just like Hobby Lobby. It would totally go in your house. I don't know if I could stitch that, though. It'd have to be something smart alecky for me to stitch it. And then this is Misty Pursell from Luminous Fiber Arts.
Ooh.
This one was requested, Coffee First, then Worm. This one's going to be super popular. It's also on my mania list if I open up a spot. Savor every stitch. So you can see I'm kind of motivating myself to get some stuff done so that I can do these. And then this one I know is going to sell out if it's not already. This is Farm Fresh Eggs. This was the #1 requested item.
That's cute.
It's cute. There's some little chicks at the bottom.
Terry Lane says, I think some of these patterns will make Lily a stitcher. I think you're right, Terry.
I know she needs to do it.
Yeah, I'm trying to clear up some free time to do this.
I know, it's hard. Manny Dodonna, so she has 4 pillows and they're the seasons. So all 4 are in one pattern. So it's called For Every Season Pillows. Lulu Stitches, we bought 2 patterns. We bought Fluffed, which, okay, that is cute.
Oh.
I think it'd be cute just to do the little sheep.
Yeah.
And just do a little circle finish. And then Spring Chickens.
Oh.
And then Little Stitch Girl. We already had most of hers. or all, so we got all the new ones. This is My Country. Dance Hall. This is part 3 of her spooky Halloween series. Let It Snow. And this one's really cute because she has the pom-pom. 2 pom-poms. She has like a small pom-pom and then a big pom-pom and then a fabric. Bloom. Whoops-a-daisy. And then Blossom by Blossom, Spring Begins. It's called Spring Street. Okay, the next one is Rovers. So on these, I am going to show them. She does not have names on the front. So I'm just going to show them, and then you can just search Rovers and you'll find them because I don't want to say the wrong name. So this is like, I know that Cheryl will probably stitch this because she stitches all Halloween. This is Americana. Sweet Land of Liberty. Please Santa Stop Here. Hocus Pocus. Noel. This one's super cute, this little Freedom. And then I do like this one a lot. I think Cheryl will also stitch this one. And I was wondering what 1692 meant. I don't know what it means, but it's got to mean something.
Like the year?
Well, I know, but like something must have happened in 1692.
Huh.
I don't know what.
So.
And then there's like a spooky Halloween tree. Happy New Year. And on hers, we were only able to get like 4 or 5 of each. So when they're sold out, that's why. But when she gets back home, we'll get more. Let It Snow. Another Americana. And then these are like alphabet pillows. So you can see like the alphabet goes across. So I'm sure if you wanted to put this all in one piece, you could do it in one piece instead of as pillows. And then Bent Creek, we have some new stuff. Flurries, Let It Snow. Super cute ornament, so that might go in my Jolly July. Basket Full of Easter, and this one comes with, this one comes with pearl cotton floss. And this fabric, the linen fabric. This one is on my mania list and was kitted up yesterday, called The Flag. So it has the alphabet within, and then the white is not, it kind of just floats in and out. So it does look very complicated, but this is in my mania bag already, kitted up. And this is Will You Be My Valentine?
1692 was the year of the Salem witch trials.
Okay, that's what I was thinking, and I was like, I don't want to say it and then be wrong. And then this is Pickle Barrel Designs, Liberty. Lindy Stitches, Struttin' Tom. Heart and Hand, we have a lot of new from them. This is a pocket round. It's Snowman. Flower. This one I know will be popular. It's Quilting Bird, and inside of it you get these 2 buttons that go right here. Grow Whirligig. All of her little circles do well for us. Bluebird Sampler. It comes also with beads and a button, but on this one there's a Redbird Sampler, Blackbird Sampler, etc. So she's got a series. And then this is really cute, Smallest Things Sampler. Sometimes the smallest things take up the most room in your heart. Oh. And then Square Dance. So this is super exciting. So she is doing a series of Christmas Square Dance. There will be 12. They will be coming out over a different series of months. So this is the first chart, and the first chart has 3. And she has provided this free chart so that you can put these in there. Now, of course, you don't have to put these. You can wait until all 12 come out and put these in here. You can find this on the Heart and Hand website or on our website. And this is free. This is, of course, a paid pattern. And then at the very end, when she has 12, she's going to have a setting for all 12 also. And she has, this is really cute. It's a thread keep. You can put your little threads on the side to go with it, and it has the, you know, the chart on there. Super cute. And then from Silver Creek Samplers, this one was all over social media. Izzy Decaying. Get it? I didn't get it at first. It's Spoos and Spirits Casket Aged, but it's Izzy Decay, like is he decaying?
Yeah, Izzy Decaying. That sounds like a derby name or a drag name. You know how they play on words.
Oh, yeah. And then Winterful Friends. And then from Hands On Design, she also has a new series. So last year she had a Halloween series, and it had 12. So this is the series for this year. This is Secret Santa is the series. This is Holly St. Nick and the Santa Key, and we will be ordering all of them. Another new chart she has is Memorial Day. It's really, really, really nice. This is also on my mania list, or I'm gonna stitch one day. And she also sells the Sulky pack of thread, so we have the thread to go with this chart. With Sulky thread, you pull it off like you would AuriFloss, but you just use one strand, so you don't have to separate anything. And I have never used the Sulky thread, so I can't give a review, but everything I've seen online has been a positive review. And then also from Hands On Design, she has Humble Honey. It's the bee's knees. And there's a pin mini to go with it. And the pin minis are decorative pins. I collect them. I might have 100. Don't judge. And those are by Just Another Button Company. And those are actually hand done with clay. I mean, all hand done, everything done in America. I've been to the facility and it's amazing. She also has well-rounded. So in this pattern, you get all 12. Mm-hmm. So there's a small, medium, large for every season. And then she has this set to go with it. It's the circle so that you can finish it on there, and there's the small, medium, and large. So if you're wanting to finish it like she did, she's selling the papers. And she also has My Needle and Thread and Stitch in the Garden. So it's got 3 charts. And then we're going to go to Autumn Lane Stitchery. The Easter Tree. I think that one's super cute. And then Cheryl loves all of these. Midnight Brew. Ooh. And the charts are very nice on the inside. They are color and black and white. Ooh. So you can decide which one you like best. Midnight Brew. And I don't know if it's all of them, but I think it is. Pumpkin Stack. Halloween Night. I like this one. And then Hallows Eve Haunting. Erica Michaels has Silk Gauze Primer. And so inside, I can't open this. Oh yeah, here. Inside is the silk gauze. So super, it's like the paper basically, but it is thin. And those holes are tiny, but it's a way, if you want to stitch on the silk, it is included. Very fancy. And then she also has Easter Baby's Berry.
Oh.
And then Madame Chantilly, she has, this one is Freedom, and she does have another new chart. Actually, she has 5 new ones, and they're all amazing, and they're on their way to us. They didn't arrive in time from where she lives for market, and then after market she showed 4 new ones, so that's super awesome. And then today for flash sale we have the Rose Cottage pattern by Hands On Design and Priscilla Blaine, 40% off. And then White Chocolate 14 count Ada by Wichelle, 40% off. Actually 46% off. I can't read. Sorry, 46% off both of these. I can't read today. I'm sorry. Yay! So that is all of Market. So we're going to go back to the front camera. I'll answer any questions. And then I do want to let you know, okay, so next week I'm going on spring break. So I pre-recorded a video for you guys on how to turn your Stitch Quarterly design into a pillow. And it is going to be a really long video, but it is very detailed, and the pillow, I'm so proud of it. It does look really good. I'm very proud of the pillow and how it came out. So that's super, super, super exciting. And so that's what's going to be released. It will just be released not as a live video, but just as a regular video next Wednesday morning instead of being live.
Yeah, we have a lot of questions.
Okay.
All right, and we will try to get to as many as possible right now. Okay. Melissa Dutch says, what fabric are you using for Kringle? I believe we showed it.
I did show it. So it is light ash 28 count Lugana by Zweigart, and I bought the 1 yard piece. So if you go back to the beginning, I go into very detail of my suggestions for Kringle if you don't want to stitch on linen. So I would rewind and go back to like maybe minute 10 or something.
Tracy J says, are you going to carry the Overa Swath thread number 4 needed for Kringle?
Yes. And I had said it earlier, but the company that makes it is totally out of stock. They didn't know that it was going to be in the pattern, so they don't have stock of it. But we have it on order, and when it comes in stock, we will have it.
All right. Deborah Taylor was asking, will you offer all the new threads in a pack? All the new threads we showed.
No, I'm just doing them individually.
Rita Campbell says, do you think there will be a gentle art club?
No, not right now. Maybe in a couple months, but not anytime soon.
All right, Kathy Bell says, Classic Colorworks is a thread that is variegated and you have to do 1 cross stitch at a time, or can you sew like DMC?
So with any of the hand-dyed floss, that would be Weeks, Dye Works, Gentle Arts, Classic Colorworks, what you're supposed to do is 1 stitch at a time, keep the strands together when you pull them off of your skein, and you get the variegated look. The way I stitch is I stitch just like I do with DMC because I don't love the variegation. So for example, I started Spring Tulips last night. I'm using the Spring Tulips Classic Colorworks thread pack, but I'm just stitching with the loop method and in rows. I can go faster and I don't care about the variegated look, but it's really, there's really no rules. You can just decide what you think would look best in your house for your decorations.
Lisa Henderson says, why are designs called salt boxes?
I think it's just the design, like the salt box is like a type of house and the look of a house and artwork. And so that's where you get it from.
Yeah, that's what Lori had said in the chat.
Okay, good. Oh, I did the answer right. Can you believe it?
And Susan Albach says, would minty green opal 14 count Ada work for Secret Santa? And if not, what would you suggest?
Yeah, that would look good. Or ice blue. And we're ordering more ice blue today. Y'all had requested that, and it came in, and it's sold out really fast. So we're going to order more today. We're low on both the Ada and the linen.
And Marie Mikowski says, will there be a sew along for Kringle?
Yes. So Little House is doing a sew along. I'm just gonna sew along and just show you my progress. What I'm gonna be doing is in Mania, I'm gonna do that as 5 spots in my Mania. So once a week in Mania, I'm gonna start and just kind of go as I go. And then I'm also gonna do it throughout Jolly July. So I'm just gonna sew along and I'm gonna give myself plenty of time. It's huge. So I'm just going to do a sew along more casually, just showing you my progress as I go.
House of Stitch and Stash, which I believe your name is Rika, says, do you guys have the blue fabric for the needle dance? If not, any chance you'll be offering it?
No, we don't have it, but I can look at it.
No, we can look into it and try to get it. I don't even know what pattern that is, so off the top of my head, I don't.
Julie Washburn says, is the background of the Halloween one with the witch flying also cross stitch, or is that the fabric they used?
I'm gonna look.
Sue Wells says, there goes my life savings.
Okay, so on this chart, this is hand-dyed fabric right here. The brown is hand-dyed, the stitches are yellow and black, And let's see what it says on the back. Suggested fabric is 28 count casual linen murky by Picture This Plus. So if you're interested in that, I would just go to Picture This Plus website. We don't sell the hand dyed fabric, but you can get it directly from her.
Susan Geyser says, does Ada that is on sale today fit Kringle?
Yep. It does.
Okay.
I
Rebecca
could put it
Sewing-
next to it too to show you how it would
yeah.
look. You can ask the next question. and I'll-
Rebecca Sewing says, how small do you think the fabric needs to be to use the one thread floss?
For the one thread. Okay, so the one thread is the equivalent of, the one thread is equivalent to DMC, or, okay, yeah, one strand is equivalent to 2 strands of DMC. So you would just treat it the same, the sulky, the same as DMC. You just don't have to separate the threads. So it's the same thickness. You don't have to do anything funny. So this is the Kringles. And that would look good. Your white might not show up on the little parts. Like the little snowflakes might not show up as much. Your eggshell might not show up as much. I'll take it out of the bag and show you. But there is a, I mean, it will show up. It just won't show up as much as if you were on gray.
And then a very nice comment here from Eileen Gabrovic. She says, your customer service is fantastic. Teresa has been a lifesaver twice. And then she put a little sunflower
Thank
emoji.
you. And then I want to give a big shout out to Cheryl and Denise because they're the ones that went to a Needlework Market. And if you look on our Facebook group, Kimberly Stitch Squad, you can see all the photos of Needlework Market. We were going to show them in the video, but I think the video is going to be too long. So, and you can see they actually brought 4 suitcases and they went and had to buy 2 more. And so 2 people had to bring home 6 suitcases. Every suitcase weighed 50.5 pounds.
Oh.
Every single one of them. And so big shout out to them for like doing all of that because I didn't go.
Go Denise and
I was
Cheryl.
sad that I couldn't go. I hope I can go next year. So awesome. So guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks and just look forward to my pillow video next week. And thanks for watching. Follow us, like us, and subscribe to all of our channels. And we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys. Oh, wait. Do you guys want to see my face?
Oh yeah.
Weird
Sorry.
question. I just remembered for stitch time. Okay. Now I have someone helping me with video. Hi, I'm Lily. Bye. See you guys in 2 weeks. Yay.